Let's talk about ganache, one of the most beloved and versatile creams in the pastry world. Originally from France, ganache is a smooth blend of chocolate and cream that has conquered bakeries and kitchens all over the globe. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 incredible ganache recipes, each with its own flavor and personality: blackcurrant, coconut, chocolate with salted caramel, lemon, and more. If you're curious about pastry and want to learn how to make truly professional creams, you're in the right place, so let's jump into the recipes. With an irresistible fusion of flavors, this cream is perfect for filling macarons, cakes, cupcakes, tartlets, or profiteroles. It is a surprisingly simple recipe that requires very few ingredients and is suitable even for beginners in the kitchen. Tell me where in the world you're reading from while we prepare this delicious recipe. Leave me a comment and share how you plan to use this cream in your favorite desserts. Cook 300 g, 1½ cups, of sugar in a saucepan over medium-high heat until you get a golden caramel, making sure it doesn't burn. If you prefer a less sweet cream, you can reduce the amount of sugar in the recipe. This will adjust the sweetness level, allowing the caramel and chocolate flavors to stand out more without making the dessert overly sweet. Keep in mind that the amount of sugar also affects the texture, so reducing it may make the cream slightly less thick. Pour 500 milliliters, 2 cups, of warm or hot heavy cream over the caramel, stirring constantly, and cook over low heat until everything is well combined and lightly simmers. You can use either dairy or non-dairy heavy cream. It is recommended to use a cream with 36% fat for a richer and creamier texture. Add 50 g, 3½ tablespoons, of butter to the mixture and stir until you achieve a smooth and homogeneous texture. Remove from the heat, pour the mixture over 350 g, 12 ounces, of chopped dark chocolate, and beat with a whisk or a food processor until you get a smooth and glossy cream. Cover with plastic wrap, making sure it touches the surface, and let it cool first at room temperature and then in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. It is perfect for filling macarons. It is also ideal for cakes, tartlets, or even as individual desserts. hope you enjoy preparing and savoring this delicious caramel and dark chocolate cream. With its unique flavor and versatility, it will surely become a staple in your kitchen. Don't hesitate to experiment with different desserts and share this recipe with your loved ones. I'm sure everyone will love it. Don't go just yet. I have another amazing recipe lined up for you, one of my favorites, Snickers cream. If you enjoyed this caramel and dark chocolate cream, you're going to love this one even more. Snickers cream is a creamy and delicious mixture, perfect for filling and covering cakes, profiteroles, individual desserts, or decorating cupcakes. It's ideal for peanut and chocolate lovers. Bring 350 milliliters, 1.5 cups, of heavy cream with 35% fat to a gentle boil. Once the foam rises, pour it into a bowl with 250 g, 8.8 ounces, of dark chocolate. Add 50 g, 1.76 ounces, of Nutella and 50 g, 1.76 ounces, of peanut butter. Finally, incorporate 300 g, 10.5 ounces, of mascarpone, at room temperature or cold. Use an immersion blender to mix all the ingredients until you get a smooth and homogeneous cream. If you prefer to simplify the process, you can add all the ingredients directly to the same saucepan where you boiled the cream and blend them there until integrated. This cream is perfect for filling and covering cakes, with an irresistible chocolate and peanut flavor. This smooth and manageable cream is ideal for frosting a cake that has been left to rest for a day. Place the unmolded cake on a base and clean the sides to collect and remove any excess cream. Add approximately half of the cream on top and, with a spatula, spread it from the center toward the edges. My cake measures 20 by 20 centimeters, 8 by 8 inches, and is 10 centimeters, 4 inches, tall. Then, apply portions of cream on the sides and smooth it out with the spatula to completely cover the cake. If you're a beginner and can't achieve a smooth finish, use a patterned cake comb to decorate the sides and top, achieving a well-coated cake in 1 or 2 minutes. Once I finish covering the cake, I store it in the fridge. Cover the remaining cream with plastic wrap to prevent it from forming a crust and leave it out of the fridge so it stays soft and ready to decorate the cake later. I take the cake out of the fridge, and as you can see, the cream has hardened completely. When touched, it feels firm and consistent. I fill a piping bag with the remaining Snickers cream, use a large 1E tip, and start decorating the cake. Notice the perfect texture of the cream, smooth, shiny, and easy to work with. Finally, I decorate the cake with golden, white, and pink sprinkles, adding an elegant touch that enhances its presentation. The result is spectacular. Snickers cream can be stored in an airtight container in the fridge for 3 to 4 days. It's important to leave it at room temperature for 30 minutes before use, or slightly heat it in the microwave or a water bath if necessary, depending on your home's temperature. It can also be frozen for up to 1 month. To use it, thaw it in the fridge and then adjust its texture as mentioned before. Among its benefits, its versatile texture stands out, smooth for spreading and firm for decorations, perfect for covering and filling cakes. Its flavor is balanced, with the sweetness of chocolate and Nutella complemented by the salty touch of peanut butter, achieving a delicious result. Thank you so much for watching this frosting. But don't go just yet, we still have 6 ganache recipes coming up, each with different flavors and textures. In the world of pastry, Coffe Ganache stands out for its perfect harmony, delighting the most discerning palates. This super delicious dessert can be prepared with just 3 ingredients, with no added sugar and no butter. With just 2 simple steps, it becomes a quick and easy option for any occasion. Its smooth and creamy texture makes it an ideal ingredient for a wide range of treats, including individual desserts in cups with cookies or fresh fruit, decoration for a rich ice cream, cakes, cupcakes, cookies, and macarons. In addition to its versatility and freshness, its intense and aromatic flavor adds a gourmet touch to any creation. I would be so happy if you tell me from which country you're watching me as I start the recipe. Prepare 1½ cups, 350 milliliters, of fresh cream with 38% fat content or heavy whipping cream. Prepare and weigh 12 ounces, 350 g, of white chocolate. I use compound chocolate or baking chocolate, but you can use any type of higher quality chocolate according to your preference. In a small saucepan, heat the 1½ cups, 350 milliliters, of fresh cream or heavy whipping cream over medium heat until it begins to boil. It's important to pay attention and stir constantly to avoid the cream burning. Remove it from the heat just before it boils completely. Pour the cream over the white chocolate and let it rest for about 2 minutes so that the heat from the cream melts the chocolate. With a spatula or a hand whisk, gently mix the cream and chocolate until you get a smooth and homogeneous mixture. Make sure all the chocolate is completely melted and well incorporated. Add 2 tablespoons of instant coffee and stir well until the coffee is completely dissolved. You can also use an immersion blender or food processor, as I usually do, to ensure a smooth and homogeneous mixture. Transfer the mixture of the 3 ingredients to another bowl and cover it with plastic wrap. Let the mixture come to room temperature, then store it in the refrigerator until you need the Coffe Ganache. You can prepare it a day ahead. Once cold, whip the ganache until you achieve the desired texture, which can be soft or very firm, depending on how long you beat it. If it happens that you overbeat it or it becomes too firm, don't worry. You can fix it. Slowly add a tablespoon of cream at a time and stir manually with a spoon or whisk until the ganache becomes smooth and creamy again. Use a large Wilton 353 tip and a Wilton 1M tip. Now that you've prepared your delicious Coffe Ganache with no added sugar and no butter, it's time to enjoy it. Use it as a filling for cakes, sheet cakes, as a topping for cupcakes, or to make delicious desserts in glasses with cookies and red fruits. You can also serve it over ice cream for a refreshing dessert. And there you have it. With these simple steps, you can prepare irresistibly delicious Coffe Ganache that will surely become the star of your favorite desserts. Let me share with you some interesting details about this Coffe Ganache that you might find surprising. Did you know that ganache can be used for more than just filling and frosting? It can also be poured over cakes and desserts as a glaze, or even whipped into a mousse for a rich, airy treat. Heavy cream can be stored for up to a week past its expiration date if kept unopened and refrigerated. Just be sure to check for any sour smell before use. ganache texture changes depending on the chocolate-to-cream ratio. For a thicker ganache, perfect for filling cakes, use more chocolate. For a softer one, great for glazing, use more cream. Did you know ganache can be made with any type of chocolate? Dark, milk, or white chocolate all create different flavors and textures, so you can customize it to match your dessert. Ganache was accidentally invented. It's believed to have been discovered by a French pastry chef in the 19th century when cream was mistakenly poured over chocolate, creating a smooth, glossy consistency. You can freeze ganache for later use. Just store it in an airtight container in the freezer, and when you're ready to use it, let it thaw and whip it back to the perfect consistency. Instant coffee dissolves better in warm liquids. Adding it to the cream helps it blend smoothly into the ganache, intensifying the coffee flavor without leaving any gritty texture. Did you know that ganache has a shelf life? If stored in the fridge, it can last up to 5 days, and it will stay good for about a month if frozen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and activate the notification bell to stay updated with all my new videos. You can support me by sharing my videos on your social media accounts. In the world of baking, coconut ganache shines with its perfect balance of exotic sweetness and irresistible creaminess, conquering the most refined palates. Prepare 1½ cups, 12 fluid ounces, of plant-based cream. I usually use the brand Ambient Puratos. Pour the cream into a small saucepan and heat it over medium heat until it begins to simmer. You can also opt for fresh cream with 38% fat or heavy whipping cream. It's crucial to keep an eye on the cream to prevent it from burning. Remove it from the heat just before it reaches a full boil. While the cream is heating, finely chop 12 ounces, 350 grams, of white chocolate or use white chocolate chips if you prefer, like I do, and place them in a heat-resistant bowl. Add 4 tablespoons of coconut milk to the bowl with the white chocolate. Pour the hot cream over the chocolate and let the heat melt the white chocolate for a few seconds. Stir with a spoon until the mixture is smooth and then use a handheld blender to ensure a silky and creamy texture for the coconut ganache. The consistency of ganache depends on the chocolate-to-cream ratio. A higher chocolate content makes it thicker, perfect for truffles or cake fillings, while more cream creates a pourable glaze. Transfer the ganache to a bowl and cover it with plastic wrap. Let it cool in the refrigerator for at least an hour. If you want a firmer consistency, you can add more white chocolate to the ganache. It's crucial to allow the ganache to cool so it reaches the desired texture before using it in your favorite desserts. After cooling, whip the ganache until it reaches a firm and perfect texture. This ganache is versatile and can be used in many ways. Use it as a filling for cakes, a topping for cupcakes, a drip for fresh fruits, or simply serve it as a refreshing dessert. Its smooth and silky consistency makes it the ideal complement for a variety of desserts, from elegant cakes to delicate macarons and exquisite truffles. Because of its versatility and the tropical touch it brings, it has become a must-have for sweet lovers seeking a unique and memorable gourmet experience. Ganache was created in France in the mid-19th century, though its exact origin is debated. The word ganache comes from the French term for fool or clumsy, as legend has it that it was accidentally discovered when a pastry apprentice poured hot cream over chocolate. The mixture turned out to be a smooth, velvety cream instead of a disaster. Color the coconut ganache with gel food coloring if you like. Ganache is considered a fundamental recipe in French pastry. Its versatility makes it an essential component in many desserts, such as truffles, cakes, tarts, and fillings. Some of the world's most famous pastry chefs, like Pierre Herme and Dominique Ansel, use ganache in their creations. It's a key ingredient in luxurious desserts and is often adapted with unique flavor pairings. I use a Wilton 1M piping tip and a large 1E piping tip, but of course use the piping tips you like the most. Ganache is often associated with high-end desserts because it requires high-quality chocolate to achieve its signature smooth texture and rich flavor. While its roots are French, ganache is used in cuisines worldwide, proving its universal appeal. Pastry chefs often refer to ganache as their secret weapon due to its ability to elevate the taste and appearance of any dessert. I hope you enjoyed this delicious and easy recipe. I'd love to know what tutorials you'd like to see on my channel in the future. Your comments and suggestions for my upcoming recipes would be greatly appreciated. In the world of pastry, Blackcurrant ganache stands out for its perfect harmony, delighting even the most demanding palates. This dessert is a delicious sophistication that can be prepared with just 3 ingredients, without added sugar and without butter. In just 2 simple steps, it becomes a quick and easy option for any occasion. Its smooth and creamy texture makes it ideal for a variety of delights, from individual desserts in cups with cookies and fresh fruit to decorations for ice cream, cakes, cupcakes, or filling cookies and macarons. In addition to its versatility and freshness, its intense and fruity flavor adds a gourmet touch to any creation. This has made it an undisputed favorite among sweet enthusiasts, elevating even the simplest recipes to a superior level of sophistication. I would be very happy if you could write me from which country you are watching while I start the recipe. The first step is to prepare the blackcurrant jam. Here I have 250 grams /8.8 oz of frozen blackcurrants harvested from my garden last year. Add half a glass of water, 100 milliliters /3.4 fluid ounces, to the currants and let them boil for 2 minutes. If you don't have currants, you can use blueberries or raspberries as an alternative. In a small saucepan, heat 300 milliliters /10.1 fluid ounces of fresh cream, 38% fat, or heavy cream, over medium heat until it begins to boil. It is important to pay attention to avoid burning the cream. Remove it from the heat just before it boils completely. Meanwhile, prepare and weigh 350 grams /12.3 oz of white chocolate. I use substitute or pastry chocolate, but you can use any higher quality chocolate according to your preference. If you prefer, you can opt for sugar-free white chocolate. In a food processor, first place the white chocolate, then the very hot blackcurrant jam, and finally the very hot cream. Let it rest for a few seconds, cover, and blend for 1 minute. You can also perform this step by blending the mixture with an immersion blender. Transfer the mixture of the 3 ingredients to another bowl and cover it with plastic wrap. Let the mixture come to room temperature and then store it in the fridge until needed. The blackcurrant ganache can be perfectly prepared a day in advance. Shine in texture. When cooled, ganache acquires a smooth and shiny texture. This shine is due to the fat content in the cream and the cocoa in the chocolate. Adjustable texture. The texture of ganache can be easily modified. If you want a firmer ganache, you can increase the ratio of chocolate. If you prefer a softer, creamier one, add more cream. Once chilled, beat the ganache until you achieve the desired texture. This ganache is perfect for filling macarons or cookies as is, without beating. If you want an even firmer texture, you can add more white chocolate. Now beat the ganache to achieve a creamy and smooth texture with which you can decorate your cupcakes, fill sponge cakes, buns, or use this delicious ganache to create a perfect and delicious dessert as I show you below. For decorating, I use piping tips from number 1, tip number 36, and the 1M tip from Wilton. Ganache was invented in France in the 19th century, although there are several stories about its origin. One popular legend says it was created by accident when an apprentice pastry chef accidentally spilled hot cream over chocolate. The angry master chef called him a ganache, which in French means fool or clumsy. However, after tasting the mixture, they realized it was delicious, and this famous cream was born. It is believed that ganache was popularized in the 1850s by Paul Seuratin, a famous pastry chef in Paris. Since then, it has become an essential element in French pastry and worldwide. In many chocolate shops, ganache is the secret behind the smooth and delicious fillings of bonbons. Depending on the ratio of chocolate to cream, the firmness can be adjusted to achieve different types of fillings. To use the ganache and make the dessert as I show you, follow these steps. Dip some ladyfinger cookies in blackcurrant juice, fill them with ganache using the Wilton 1M tip, and close with another cookie forming a sandwich. Place the sandwich sideways in an elongated cupcake liner. In haute cuisine and renowned pastry shops, ganache is used to make mirrored glazes that cover cakes with a perfectly smooth and shiny finish. It is a technique that requires precision, but the result is impressive. Then close and decorate with another layer of ganache, forming a nice decoration. You will get an exquisite dessert in an instant. For an even simpler yet equally delicious option, you can just add a single layer of this creamy ganache and top it with even more fresh berries for a beautiful, fruity finish. Please let me know in the comments if you're planning to try this recipe and what kind of dessert you're going to make with it. I can't wait to see your creative ideas and hear how you've used this ganache to elevate your treats. Decorate the dessert with red currants and fresh mint. On my channel, you can also find a delicious extra firm lemon ganache, perfect with 3 ingredients and no added refined sugar. I also have an exquisite and super firm Coffe Ganache for use in your desserts. I invite you to explore my channel, where you'll find a variety of delicious ganache recipes, frostings, and buttercreams that are perfect for any occasion. From fruity, light toppings to rich and indulgent fillings, there's something for everyone. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned baker, my videos will guide you step by step with easy-to-follow instructions and tips to help you achieve the perfect texture and flavor every time. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on new recipe ideas and creative inspiration for your baking projects. Join our community of dessert enthusiasts, and let's make every cake, cupcake, and cookie extra special with unique, homemade frostings. In the world of pastry, lemon ganache shines with its perfect harmony of sweetness and acidity, delighting even the most refined palates. Its smooth and creamy texture makes it an ideal ingredient for a wide range of desserts, including cakes, cupcakes, cookies, and macarons. Thanks to its versatility and freshness, it is an undisputed favorite among sweet lovers. In a small saucepan, heat 300 milliliters, 1¼ cups, of fresh cream, 36% fat, or heavy whipping cream over medium heat until it starts to boil. It is important to pay attention to avoid burning the cream and to remove it from the heat just before it fully boils. Grate a lemon and squeeze its juice. Ganache is believed to have been invented in France around the mid-19th century. The word ganache originally meant fool or moron in French, named after a mistake made when hot cream was accidentally poured over chocolate. Although it originated in France, ganache became widely popular in the United States in the 1980s as the trend for gourmet chocolate desserts grew. While the cream is heating up, finely chop 300 g, 10.5 ounces, of white chocolate or use white chocolate chips if you prefer, just like I do, and place it in a bowl. Then, add the lemon zest and juice to the mixture. Optionally, add half a teaspoon of turmeric to give a different color and flavor to your ganache. Add the 300 milliliters, 1¼ cups, of very hot cream and whisk until the chocolate melts completely. You can also mix the chocolate and cream with a spatula or a wooden spoon, stirring until you get a smooth and homogeneous consistency. Transfer the ganache to a bowl, cover it with plastic wrap, and let it cool for an hour. If you prefer an even firmer consistency, you can add more white chocolate. It is important to let the ganache cool to achieve the desired texture before using it in your favorite desserts. Now, whip the ganache until you get a firm and perfect texture. Whipping lemon ganache is a crucial step to achieve a light and airy texture, perfect for frosting cakes or piping onto cupcakes. To whip the ganache properly, make sure it has completely cooled and thickened in the fridge for at least an hour, ideally 2. If you whip it while it's still warm, the mixture can split, causing the fat to separate. When you're ready, use a hand mixer or stand mixer with a whisk attachment. Start on a low speed to avoid splattering and gradually increase to medium-high. Be cautious not to overwhip it, this can quickly turn your smooth, glossy ganache into a grainy and stiff mixture. The ideal consistency should be soft peaks, where the ganache holds its shape but still looks creamy and glossy. If you accidentally overwhip and it becomes grainy, you can gently fold in a little more warm cream to help bring back its smooth texture. For added stability, especially in warmer climates, you can chill your mixing bowl and whisk attachment beforehand, which helps keep the ganache cool as you whip. The entire process should take about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the temperature and the amount of ganache. Once it's whipped, it's ready to use immediately or can be stored in the fridge and briefly re-whipped before using if needed. For decorating, use a large piping tip like Wilton 353, 1E, or 1M. You can use this ganache according to your preference. Now that you have prepared your delicious lemon ganache, it is time to enjoy it. Use it as a filling for cakes, a topping for cupcakes, a drip for fresh fruits, or simply serve it over ice cream for a refreshing dessert. And there you have it. With these simple steps, you can prepare an irresistibly delicious lemon ganache that will surely be the star of your favorite desserts. You can freeze lemon ganache for up to 3 months. Store it in an airtight container, and when ready to use, let it thaw overnight in the refrigerator before whipping it again. Now, I'll show you how to make a delicious lemon ice cream sandwich using this same ganache. I instantly turned it into a dessert that everyone loves. I always keep a pack of wafer cookies at home and simply layered each cookie with a spread of ganache until forming a cake with several layers, specifically, 9 layers of colorful wafer cookies. It's just a simple but delightful idea. Pop them in the freezer for about 30 minutes until the ganache firms up. The classic ganache recipe consists of just 2 ingredients, chocolate and cream. The ratio of these two determines its use, whether as a glaze, filling, or frosting. There are various types of ganache, such as dark, milk, and white chocolate ganache. White chocolate ganache is often used for flavor variations like lemon, raspberry, or matcha. Ganache can be used as a filling for truffles, a glaze for cakes, a frosting for cupcakes, or even as a dip for fruits. The temperature of the ganache affects its texture. When warm, it's pourable and perfect for glazes. When cooled, it becomes thick and can be whipped for a fluffy frosting. Emulsification: the smooth and glossy texture of ganache is achieved through emulsification, where the fat from the chocolate and the liquid from the cream are blended together. Unlike buttercream, ganache does not require sugar as a stabilizer, making it less sweet and allowing the chocolate or added flavor, like lemon, to stand out more prominently. The result is a quick and easy lemon ice cream sandwich, creamy, tangy, and perfect for a hot day. Filled with this rich and fresh white chocolate ganache. My dessert turned out exquisite and very beautiful to look at. Don't go yet, there are still 2 recipes left, and they're going to surprise you. Today, we're making a rich and indulgent dark chocolate and Coca-Cola ganache, without cream and without condensed milk. Ganache is one of the most delicious and versatile chocolate creams you can use in baking. It's perfect as a filling, glaze, or decoration for cakes, pastries, and desserts. Before we start, remember that I always mention both measurement systems, European and American, so you don't have to worry about conversions. Start by adding a teaspoon of regular white sugar and 40 grams, 1.4 ounces, of honey to a saucepan. Prepare 100 milliliters, 3.4 fluid ounces, of Coca-Cola and set it aside for now. Heat the sugar and honey over medium-low heat for about 1 to 2 minutes, stirring carefully to avoid burning the caramel. Pour in the 100 milliliters, 3.4 fluid ounces, of Coca-Cola and let it boil for about 30 seconds. Then, remove it from the heat. Now, take 250 grams, 8.8 ounces, of dark chocolate. I use chocolate drops, but if you're using a chocolate bar, chop it into small pieces for easier melting. Pour the hot Coca-Cola caramel over the chocolate and let it sit for a few seconds. At first, when you start stirring, the mixture might look separated or curdled, but don't worry. As the chocolate melts, it will come together into a smooth, velvety cream. Add 50 grams, 1.8 ounces, of butter and continue stirring until everything is fully melted and you achieve a glossy, silky ganache. Let it rest at room temperature, covered with plastic wrap touching the surface, until it reaches your desired consistency. Look at this creamy texture. I let mine sit for an hour. This medium consistency ganache is ideal for filling cakes and desserts or for piping decorations. Now, I'll show you another use. I set aside a tablespoon of ganache, warmed it for a few seconds in the microwave, and look at that beautiful shine and drip. Perfect for decorating a drip cake. Once fully set, this ganache is also great for making delicious chocolate truffles. It stays stable at room temperature for at least 5 hours, and in the fridge, it lasts up to 2 weeks when properly covered. If it hardens, simply reheat it briefly in the microwave or use a double boiler, stirring well to restore its creamy texture. Ganache has been a staple in pastry making for over a century, known for its smooth, velvety texture and rich chocolate flavor. Traditionally made with cream, this version replaces it with Coca-Cola, creating a truly unique taste experience. What makes Coca-Cola such an interesting ingredient? Its signature blend of caramelized sugar, slight acidity, and subtle spice notes, like vanilla and cinnamon, enhances the depth of dark chocolate. The carbonation disappears during cooking, but it leaves behind a delicate sweetness and a hint of complexity that you won't find in classic ganache. The result? A glossy, silky smooth ganache with a slightly caramelized chocolate taste, a touch of unexpected richness, and just a whisper of that signature Coca-Cola aroma. It's perfect for those who love experimenting with flavors and want to surprise their guests with a ganache that's not only delicious but also one of a kind. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment telling me what you think, and share this tutorial with your friends. That way, you'll help my channel grow. Just one recipe left, and it's the most surprising and basic one. Don't go yet. Today, I'll show you how to make a delicious milk chocolate ganache using a 1-to-1 ratio, which means we'll use the same amount of heavy cream and chocolate to achieve a creamy and versatile texture, perfect for filling and decorating desserts. I'd love to know where you're watching from, so leave me a comment while I start the recipe. For this recipe, we need 500 milliliters, 2 cups, of heavy cream with 35% fat content, and 500 grams, 18 ounces, of milk chocolate couverture. You can also choose other types of chocolate depending on the texture and flavor you want to achieve. To start, pour the heavy cream into a saucepan and heat it over medium heat until it begins to boil. It's important not to let it boil too much, just until the first bubbles appear around the edges and in the center. Meanwhile, place the chopped chocolate in a heat-proof bowl, and once the cream is hot, pour it directly over the chocolate. Let it sit for a few moments so the heat can melt the chocolate, then mix with a spatula or whisk until everything is fully incorporated and you have a smooth, glossy cream. Once ready, cover the surface with plastic wrap, ensuring it makes contact with the ganache to prevent a crust from forming. Let it sit at room temperature until it cools down, then place it in the refrigerator to finish chilling and achieve the right texture. Once cold, you'll see that the ganache has a thick and creamy consistency, perfect for filling eclairs, macarons, or covering cakes and tarts. If we were to use dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate, the result would be firmer due to the higher cocoa content. If we want a more airy ganache, perfect for piping decorations, we'll add 250 milliliters, 1 cup, of cold heavy cream directly into the chilled ganache and beat it with a hand mixer on medium-high speed until the mixture lightens in color, becomes fluffier, and reaches a firmer texture. This is ideal for decorating cupcakes, cakes, and other desserts. To show the ganache's texture, I use large piping tips like the 1E, the classic 1M from Wilton, and a shell tip. These allow you to create rosettes, decorative borders, and well-defined details, demonstrating the stability and creaminess of the ganache. This gives cakes, cupcakes, and other desserts an elegant and professional finish. To store it properly, we can keep it in an airtight container in the refrigerator, where it will stay fresh for up to 5 days. If we want to store it for a longer time, we can also freeze it, and in that case, it will last up to 3 months. To reuse it, simply let it thaw in the fridge and, if necessary, beat it lightly to restore its texture. And just like that, we have a delicious and versatile milk chocolate ganache that you can use for fillings and decorations.